Right.
even know his name. Hi, YouTube.
I do.
Say
He
hello
talks
to our,
about him all the time.
say hello to our wonderful followers.
Have I pressed the right record button, Henry?
Probably not.
Probably you
You
don't
shouldn't be
need.
recording
You
yet.
shouldn't be recording anything yet,
Why?
because I just started the video. No one's told you to record the audio yet.
Oh, but just get it started. Let's just do this. Tired.
No whinging.
You'll get a podcast timeout.
You're quiet again as well. I don't know if that's me
Quiet
being
on what?
quiet, but in life.
Which one? You mean on Discord?
No, just in general. I think if you just gingerly turn the knob up on the box,
Which knob? There's
on the box,
3 of them.
the one that's glowing when you speak.
I don't think hers does.
They
Oh.
don't.
The one, that
The one
says,
that's next to your cable.
Oh, what's it called? Gain.
Yeah, gain.
Turn the gain up.
I don't have one called Gain. I have one that says clip or sig. Well, I've actually both sig. I would say Gain 1 or Gain 2.
Gain 1,
Why is there 2 gain on there?
because the second one is for the cable. You just
What
did it a
about
little
now?
bit, yeah?
Just a
Yeah,
little
Yeah,
just
taste.
a little.
That's good.
Little
That's good.
Nat's Willy.
That's better.
Excellent.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to start audio then.
I'm itching.
You're very dark, Jeremy. You need more light on you.
I can't. Yeah, I should probably at some point get a
Yeah.
light behind the Mac.
Yeah, I could get one of those ring lights. Just.
Yeah, I want a ring light. I could do this. Ugh,
Well, most of my light's coming from my
actually
monitor.
better,
Yeah. Well.
unfortunately.
There you go, look.
Jennifer, where have you gone?
But
The
angle
whitest
it
woman in
slightly.
England. Okay, I'm going to start my audio. Whoa, 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 whoa. Easy, Tiger.
I got given an avocado plant.
Cool.
Oh,
We were just talking about them randomly.
Look, YouTube.
How grown is it?
Look, YouTube. Look at my
Oh,
avocado.
nice. That's
Oh,
quite a mature one.
sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Who gave you that?
Someone at my work.
Cool.
Which is non-disclosed. to
Gave
YouTube.
it to him.
No, that's really cool. It takes a long time for them to get to that.
Yeah.
Couple of
Said
years.
it's got a longer as well.
Yeah, it'll take a couple of years before it starts producing actual
Fruit.
Avocados.
seeds.
Okay. Are we ready?
Mm.
Shall I clap like a monkey?
No.
What about now?
No. Right. I'm recording now, which
We
is the
already-
most important one.
We already know Jennifer's recording.
Yeah.
No, I stopped it.
Oh, Jennifer.
You
Da
said.
da 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 da. Oops.
Are you recording now?
No, I was looking for something. Right. I'm recording now.
Okay, so we're
Now
all
I
recording.
am recording.
Hands up if you're recording. Hey, there we go. All right. 3, 2, 1. That'll do.
This is the clap of justice.
Clap,
Sorry.
clap, clap the hands of justice. Oh, did you send me the thing yet?
Yeah, it's in the
Oh, there
chat.
it is. Oh, crap.
Subscribe to our Patreon for
If you'd
daily
like
access to our Discord and nudes.
if you'd like to if you'd like to support the show, you can find us on Ko-fi, buy us a drink.
To you. Ting.
There it is.
Did you hear me eating that cherry?
Stop. That's awful. Right, okay. I'm
Good.
ready. I'm ready. You're ready. It's on video, Jeremy. YouTube has seen you eat a... Okay. I've started the video. Yes, I've started the audio. Okay, here we go. And 3, 2, 1. Nope. And 3, 2, 1. It's time for serial viewing! Episode 32. This week we have watched Babar. Babar was a cartoon show that ran from 1989 to 2002 for a total of 6 seasons and 78 episodes. Based on the 1931 book by Jean de Boonhoff, Babar follows the adventures of the King of the Elephants, his family and friends. We watched Series 1, Episode 1, titled Babar's First Step. Babar, the King of the Elephants, tells his children the story of his early life, and it was changed after his mother was killed by a hunter. Heartbreak. Hello, Jennifer.
Hello.
Hello, Jeremy.
What's up, my grey-skinned, overgrown cows?
Who... amazing technological advances with no opposable thumbs. It's brilliant.
Mm-hmm. They got trunks.
Who chose this one? It wasn't me.
I think this one's mine.
Why did you choose Babar, Jennifer?
Because it was one of my favourites. When I don't so much remember it when I was little. I remember it when the children were little. Yes.
I remember watching Babar, but I don't remember this. I didn't know the origin story. I don't remember.
No, I don't remember this one either. If I'd have known I was going to need the tissues for that,
That was harsh.
I remember watching Babar, but I don't remember watching Babar. The music put me right into it, and then that was it. I had no idea what to expect. The fact that he told a story felt similar, but it didn't quite.
The first couple of series are him telling the story. I think it's just 2 or 3 series. It's him telling the story of how Celesteville came to be and how he came to be king and the rest of that and all the adventures. And then after that, it changes slightly. And it's stuff happening in the moment, as it were.
That needs some bloody explaining. How did they go from a nomadic tribal group into forming a 21st century civilization, feudal kingdom?
Very Western.
Yeah.
Well, that gets explained as it goes through.
Good.
So in this episode, we meet Babar just not long after he's born, and they name him, and then a hunter shows up, and of course humans are bad, and his mum gets shot and dies in a shocking... I was shocked anyway. I wasn't expecting that. In a shocking turn of events. And then we follow Babar as he defeats the hunter, and he's separated from his tribe.
Yeah.
So, elephants died. I wasn't prepared for that.
How many elephants died during the making of this program?
I saw 2 dead elephants at least. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't just a bang off screen and then we cut to, oh, I'm wounded. It was bang, elephant crashing down, skidding across the floor. It's very dark for a child's cartoon. But it was written in 1931 and there was different sensibilities, and death is a part of life and humans are bad.
Notice the lack of bullet wounds, though.
Yeah,
that's in the director's cut.
The Zack Schneider version.
No, the Quentin Tarantino version. There's just blood spraying everywhere. Babar reappears and paints bloody lines in his face and stomps on the hunter.
Elephants dueling with katanas.
She comes back as a vampire elephant.
Yeah.
That's a Quentin Tarantino twist. Man, she kicked some butt though before she died.
Babar kicked some butt.
Yeah.
Oh, before.
They both did.
Mm-hmm.
I did point out. I remember Cornelius. I remember him specifically. I remember them all, but I didn't realise that he was always old. I mean, he was literally
and always wore glasses.
yeah.
Which who gave the elephant an eye test? Did another elephant give him the eye test?
One of them was wearing a monocle.
Oh, that's
Or
Pompadour.
maybe they came across the giraffe from Madagascar because he's a doctor giraffe, and he sorted him some glasses out.
Crossover.
Their travels.
Prescribed him glasses.
we need a crossover. I need the penguins to show up and sort out the problems.
Hey, that's probably how they built their city,
Yeah.
with the help of the penguins.
Proto Savannah.
So, Babar is separate in this episode. He's separated from the herd. It's a herd of elephants, isn't it?
Yeah.
From the herd of elephants.
Flock.
A flump of elephants.
Well, in this case, a murder of elephants.
Yeah. And then he meets the old lady, who we see briefly in the opening credits. And she's the one that takes him in and teaches him Western colonial values.
Colonial values.
And teaches him the shame of being naked and he should wear clothes. It's just shameful. Which is where he gets his Western ideas from and his very civilizing ideas. Although, one of my notes, they managed to go from a tribe to a fully functioning modern civilization in a generation. I mean, that's really impressive. With no thumbs.
Still, to see that they're using an absolute monarchy, that's not going to cut it.
It is an absolutist monarchy. He is advised by a series of councillors, but he is the ultimate authority. He's a benevolent dictatorship.
Authoritarian. Honestly.
Well, French author Laurent de Brunhoff, I'm murdering that, I guarantee you, he actually pronounced the name as Babar, not Babar.
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 So they went with Babar for the TV series for reasons. I don't know.
Easier for Americans to pronounce.
It's not even that. I think they just looked at the phonetic spelling of it and went, yes, Babar.
Yeah.
So, I was today years old when I realised it was Babar, not Babar.
Babar.
Yeah.
It's Babar.
Babar, yeah. I
That's-
keep calling
they
it
say
Babar, but it's
Babar.
Babar.
It's Babar,
Babar.
not Barbar.
Babar.
They even say Babar. They don't say Barbar.
Mhm.
So I was like, oh, I thought it was Barbar. I even searched Barbar the elephant and couldn't understand why it didn't come up.
Oh, I had the spelling right. I'm just not pronouncing it right.
No, I thought it was Barbar.
In fact,
I did write it as Babar.
I pronounced it wrong in the intro. So there you go. I blame television and its insidious influence. Did anyone else think that Babar sounded like Sam Neill?
I thought he sounded like Pierce Brosnan.
Oh no, he sounded like the dude from Jurassic Park to me.
He didn't sound like him, but he did sound like somebody famous. I had to go and look up to see who it was, and I mean, he is, as a TV actor, but I've never really seen him.
Well,
But yeah, he's got quite a distinctive voice.
yes, yeah. Well, not that distinctive. He sounds like Sam Neill.
I think he sounds
I
like
don't
Pierce
think-
Brosnan.
I didn't think he sounded like either of those.
But there you
so-
go. Then it's not distinctive if we thought he sounded like other people.
That's true. That's true.
Um,
I thought who was the king before Babar?
We
He
don't-
sounded like he was someone famous.
I don't know. He had a crown and everything. Which again,
Yeah.
why would they need a crown?
I don't
Who made the crown of the elephant?
think that might be for children, Henry.
I was going to say that's for the children, so no.
Although, do you reckon
Joe-
there are elephant metalsmiths?
Well, there must be. Because okay, so
They're in Bronze Age society.
one of the main reasons I remember Babar the elephant is because later on they have a war, and me
Yeah.
being the fascinated by military warmongering child that I was, I remember that quite clearly. They have a war with the rhinos,
Yeah.
Oh,
so they have a modern military. So, so yeah, they have metal workers.
wait. So he has a war with the rhinos as Babar's kingdom or the story? kingdom?
Babar's kingdom.
Oh wow.
Babar's kingdom.
When he's
Babar.
king. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Because the hunter is the main protagonist in the first couple of series, and then I think someone sits on him in the end, and then it kind of switches to the rhinos being They were the bad guys, but you could reason with them. They could be quite like unreasonable, but
Maybe there was foreshadowing then, because that tree trunk that he kept, I don't know, abusing
yeah.
looked a bit like a rhino.
Can someone explain the tree trunk to me?
I don't know. I
What
feel
do you
like
mean?
he was.
Well,
I thought
why?
originally he was some sort of like he's going through puberty, and like rhinos, they like to like charge up against trees
So he
if
was
they don't
horny.
have anybody else to charge against.
Your theory is he
Maybe.
was horny and he needed to get the aggression out.
Yeah, and then he got
just think-
sad and he needed to get the aggression out. So he's an angsty teen.
I was going to say, I just think it was stubbornness. He didn't. It annoyed him that it was there, and then he couldn't get it out. So it was just.
He couldn't get it out, and so he resorted to relaying his grief through anger, and broke it.
Yeah, but then he was able to use it to trap the hunter.
Teaching kids that being angry after you lose someone is okay.
Of course it
Yeah,
is.
you've
It's
gotta
one
get
of the
that-
stages of grief.
Yeah, but taking it out on people.
Just before
He's not
beer.
taking it out on people. He took it out on a dead lump of wood. Which
Still don't
surely
think it's
was-
a good idea to start hitting random random things if you're grieving.
No, if you were you could hit a random boxing sack to get the anger out. Surely that's better than hitting people. You've got to get the anger out.
Yeah.
You can't keep it in because that's what makes you psychotic in later years.
Yeah,
So
also,
get the
but
anger out.
nobody spoke to him. Doesn't make you psychotic in later years. That's not.
If you bury the anger, I'm talking about. You've
Nobody
gotta get it
spoke to
out.
him though. That's like they were all like, "Leave him alone," and like then he just hid it in the end of the day.
So one of the other child elephants that he's playing with is the girl called Celeste.
Yes.
They wrap their trunks around and who he later marries
Mm-hmm.
and has children with, and he names the elephant city Celesteville.
Yep.
Yeah, she's his cousin.
Ugh. Oh yeah. Wait, no. Wait, why?
She's his. It's canon. I found it in my research. They are
I
related.
did get a bit confused with that because in the intro they say it's Uncle Arthur and Arthur was the kid, and I was like, okay, so it should be like her brother.
Yeah, Arthur is
But
her
then-
brother,
Yeah.
but they
But
are
then
cousins.
in reality, it's still his cousin.
Yeah. Uncle cousin.
It's nature, I
Sis-
guess.
Sister wife and uncle cousin.
Elephants. It's a herd of elephants. They all,
Cannot overstate how huge Babar and his franchise is. Has been shown in 150 countries in 30 different languages. The waves upon waves of merchandising. I didn't say this was made. This was another. It seems to be quite a powerhouse for children's television. This is another Canadian production.
Oh, okay.
Another one. Can anyone tell me the connection between Babar and high fashion?
They named a dress after Babar.
No, Jennifer?
No.
No, okay. So Babar likes to wear a very sharp green suit. I'm sure you noticed in the things. When he is civilized, when he's talked about, he actually introduces a very French form of Western civilization, and then all the other elephants copy him because he's the one that's the first one to start wearing clothing. The attention to style in the show is possibly a reflection of the fact the original publisher of the 1931 books was the Editions du Jardin des Modes, which was owned by Condé Nast. The Babar books were the first Condé Nast publications not specifically about fashion. They were a fashion publication house who took on Babar.
Right, I see.
Interesting.
Yeah.
When did this happen? Sorry, wait.
1931.
Oh, so this was wow. Okay.
So
Early in the ages of fashion.
the show, and I'd like to know your opinions on this, but the show came under the books and the show came under some criticism, so much so that the books were occasionally banned from libraries due to negative representations of Africans. I don't get that one. And the civilizing Western influences were seen as a commentary on French colonialism or neo-colonialism and its benefit to the savages.
Mm-hmm. I
Yeah, I
see
could
it.
get that.
Yeah,
But do you
I
agree
see
with
all
it?
of that.
Is that someone? Is that someone reaching for that? I mean, it was written in 1931, so French colonialism was a thing.
I
Mm.
Or
reckon
was he
they
just writing?
probably. I reckon that was probably written with it not in mind, but like that viewpoint based on the
Yeah.
fact that it is that time France is or like still been very, I don't know, like proud of its empire. um, and I don't think this American cartoon was at all even. I don't even think that was thought about or even known about when they made it, based on the fact that they deliberately made the poacher white. And I
White
mean,
with,
it was
with
based on Victorian, like, like he was wearing the whole Victorian guard, like a Victorian thing. And I see that, but like they could so easily have just made it like a native African, um, from Kenya or something else,
absolutely, yeah, yeah. But
which is what they mostly are now. But back then,
do you think it's deserves to be amended or banned though? He was writing it in 1931. This was the world he knew. I'm not defending it, but this was the world he knew, so he was writing what he knew.
yeah,
He was. I
I
don't think he
mean,
was trying to propagate a political or philosophical standpoint.
No, but then I don't think any literary book should be banned. I
yeah,
think they should all be. You should be allowed to make your own opinion of it. As this was written in the 30s, this shows us the style and the critique of the 30s. So it is still a historical document. It's like
hmm,
Rudyard Kipling. I mean, honestly,
that's true. Yeah,
it's,
like the
his
Jungle Book
his
is very similar.
his were his were very
Mm,
colonialist, and they were very racist. Yet they're still there. They're still, and of course, um, yeah, they're not. It's just the time that they're written in, so
hmm.
they're not portraying it as a teaching method. It's just that's the way they were written.
Yeah,
Enid
there are.
Enid Blyton still gets moaned at, and every now and again somebody gets their knickers in a twist about it, and then somebody else will go, "But it's a book. All
Mm,
books should,
I fully understand.
apart from obvious ones where they're teaching something really, you know, how to be Jimmy Savile or something
Well, I
really
mean,
horrid."
Mein Kampf came out in the 30s
Yeah,
as well.
Yeah,
Like, but
yeah. When's the cartoon adaptation of
yeah.
um, uh, um, I'm not gonna say yet.
that?
No, I was thinking like, oh, I've lost it. I've lost my train of thought. That's really annoying. God damn it,
Sorry,
Henry.
sorry.
I was gonna say something about the fact that um, it's passive racism, and I completely understand people's feelings of being offended by it. And it is offensive at the end of the day. It's still racism, which
Mhm.
is not okay, and it's not a reflection. It shouldn't be taught, but it definitely deserves to be made aware. And but it is definitely a reflection of the times in the historical period, and you can't forget that because at some point throughout history, every single culture or race, to a degree, well, not the race, but every single culture has nationality. That's what I was going for. Has been come under some sort of scrutiny or some sort of I don't know what
And
I'm looking for.
everything does deserve
Offensive.
scrutiny.
Yeah, I mean, sure. I mean, well, I mean, like in the terms of like culture, I think, nationalities. I think that everybody has been. What's the word I'm looking for? Where they've been repressed, like
Yeah.
they've been repressed by another nationality or another like things, and it was just a part of history. And as unfortunate as is that, um, it is, it just is.
It just
If you
is.
stop talking about it, then you don't learn from your mistakes.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
good
Someone will
point.
just do it again, and it
Yeah,
happens. It's still happening today,
yeah.
and that's
If
why we
you
need to make effort about it.
Yeah, and if you hide it away and shun it away, you see, what you could do with your if you're that way inclined, is you read it and then you talk to your child about it, and you know the. But yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that got surprisingly deep for a show about
Yeah.
an elephant becoming king.
Yeah.
Okay, baby elephants are cute. The whole herd was very cute.
Apart
They
from
were
Cornelius.
Cornelius was cute. He was all wrinkly.
He looked like a scrotum. He wasn't cute.
cute.
He didn't look like a scrotum.
His ears were a bit.
Perhaps I should go to the doctor.
Yeah, maybe.
They're
If they're
supposed to be
grey, Henry, you're holding them too high.
grey with ears. That's right. Yeah, they're supposed to look like that.
A trunk.
Wow. So yeah, go on.
I was just gonna say they were cute. However, every time Babar did his trunk thing, I wanted to punch the voice actor.
Yeah, it
If it's a
sounded
kid,
more like
if it's a lady, either way.
They're getting
it
punched.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he roared with his trunk.
Yeah.
Rawr.
What is it? What?
Yeah.
It sounded more like he was howling.
It sounded
Yeah.
like somebody told a child to go roar at
Yeah.
the microphone, which is exactly what you got.
I guess with
Yeah.
elephants, it is roaring with elephants. They do that. Growling, they do that.
Apparently, all of the children were played by child actors.
Good. I mean, I thought so. There were some moments where I thought Babar might be played by a slightly older lady, but
Jobs for children. That's what we like to see.
yeah,
Um,
child labour.
so the characters Pompadour, Troubadour, Basil, and Victor. I don't know who Basil and Victor are. They were characters who were specifically created for the Babar TV series. But after Babar Mango Madness in 1991, all of them apart from Pompadour disappeared. With no
What was
explanation.
Mango Madness?
I think it was just an episode. Anyone know out there? Babar? I think it's an episode. Anyway, how about in 91? They just cut them out, apparently for budget reasons.
Too many elephants on the screen at once.
Yes. Before this, I'm sure Jennifer will remember this. Before this, there were two Babar specials that were narrated by Peter Ustinov.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought you might.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
They were produced by NBC. The story of Babar the Little Elephant came out in 1968, and Babar Comes to America in 1971. A made-for-television movie was released in 1986 called Babar and Father Christmas, which won a 1987 Gemini Award for Best Animated Program or Series. The show itself actually won several awards.
I think I remember the Christmas one. That's ringing bells in the back of my head. Sleigh
Yeah.
bells.
In 1989, New Line Cinema and Astral Films announced that a film adaptation of Babar was going to be released titled Babar the Movie, which was then followed by a straight-to-video sequel in 1999 called Babar King of the Elephants. Yeah. I don't remember there being a movie at all.
I may have watched them. That sounds more familiar than the show.
I mentioned that Babar is actually a huge franchise. I think it's got slightly less visibility today, but it is still a large franchise. A particular country has 12 stores dedicated to Babar. It's nothing but Babar merchandise. What country do you think would have 12 stores dedicated to a single cartoon character?
Japan.
Ding, ding, ding!
That was better than my guess.
What, Uganda?
Iran.
It was Afghanistan until recently.
Yeah.
No, it's obviously Japan and their obsession with cartoon characters.
He's not got boobs. You
Okay.
can't buy
Rule-
Babar panties.
Rule 34. That's all I'm gonna
No, I'm not doing this again.
Cute cat ears.
say. Hang on.
Elephant ears.
It needs to be done.
No.
What needs to be done?
Rule,
No.
Rule
No!
34.
No!
Babar.
I don't need to see that.
I won't show you. I just know. Yep, it exists. Oh my god.
uh,
Can I have some
that
eyebrow?
or dog.
What the hell?
That or Dogtanian, Henry.
Oh
I
my
need a
god.
minute.
You need a minute. Do you want us to leave?
Oh my god, this is horrific. What is wrong with you people?
What's wrong with
Don't
you?
kink
You're still
shame.
looking at it.
My
It's
eyes.
a car crash. I can't look away.
You've already asked for bleach twice and you're still clicking.
Anyway,
Lunatic.
well, I composed myself. Jeremy, what did you think of the music? The theme music, the opening credits, and the interstitial, the background music throughout the show.
Well, the theme. I wrote down something for the last theme, the outro. I mean, well, it was all safe, very safe.
That's the word I use. Well,
I mean, I wrote, yeah. It does what it's supposed to do, similar to other shows that we've watched that are quite. This is a lot more childish, or like for younger children. The story time kind of yeah. Bar the elephants getting shot. The music reminds me a little bit of Peter Rabbit. Not Peter Rabbit, Peter and the Wolf.
Peter and the Wolf.
That's
I put exactly the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wrote Peter Rabbit, but I meant Peter and the Wolf. Especially the outro. The intro, yeah, pretty safe, pretty standard.
I described
Very American Child.
all
show.
of the music as gentle.
I put very sing-songy, classical Peter and the Wolf.
The
It's like stroking an elephant.
The only problem I had was that unless there was something massively dramatic happening, like an elephant getting shot, still traumatized. You had the plinky plunky musical cues going on constantly in the background, and it was really distracting, and I didn't like it.
Oh, I only noticed it once, which is when I thought about Peter and the Wolf.
For me, that was the outro. It was really, really close to Peter and the Wolf.
Yeah, there was a bit going on. I don't know. There was one bit, and that's when I noticed it. And then
Was
I was
it
like,
the was it the jamming bongos during the?
It was when the kids were playing for me, because it was proper plinky plunky in the background. It's like, yeah, all right, we get it. Stop.
Yeah, but if they're not going to put that, what other music are they going to put?
Perhaps it was just the volume. Maybe just tone it down a little bit and like.
Maybe. I think every single kids show or anything like it should have what Wallace and Gromit put in their background, which is the really cheesy 70s style like organ, like very.
Yeah, I'm okay with
Yeah. It's just so like yeah.
Oh, did you?
Now this show heavily reminded me of Land Before Time.
It's weird you say
Just
that.
not dinosaurs. Huh?
It's weird you say that because I just saw a Rule 34
Oh, gosh.
picture with the Land Before Time and Babar. Anyway,
Yeah.
really,
Yeah,
why?
Land Before Time meets Kipper.
Land Before the Time, because it's kind of the same story arc.
Yeah,
The little baby
and
one, the mum dies,
music.
he then gets split from
And and they're really safe then dramatic. And then like I got Kipper vibes as well, just by the way they're kind of drawn, and also the animation sluggishness.
But
everyone feels like they're on like LSD in Kipper.
No, Kipper's amazing.
Yeah, but like no, the characters they're all
why have
just
we not
walking
done
so
Kipper?
slowly because it's too late.
Yes,
It's 98.
Post 95.
Yeah.
Oh, that's lame.
Kipper
Kipper's
the
like
Maybe
the
in
best
2025 we can do it.
cartoon Ever.
cartoon. Kipper is one of my favourites.
It is great.
It's the best.
That and Pocoyo. Shout out to my Pocoyo fans out there.
Fuck yeah.
Well, I liked it.
It is a good show.
Yeah, Kipper's best.
You liked Charlie and Lola though,
I did. I didn't mind. I quite enjoyed watching Charlie and Lola.
and In the Night Garden.
In the Night Garden is cinematic genius.
It's so weird.
Get off your tits on something and watch In the Night Garden, and it'll change your life.
Advocating the use of psychedelics, Henry.
I'm not, but if you've got some, watch In the Night Garden. It'll either be
Found some.
life changingly profound, or the most terrifying thing you've ever seen in your life ever.
I can, yeah.
Bear in the Big Blue House is better.
Oh God.
No, just makes you want to give him a big hug.
Bear in the Big Blue House is awesome.
These are all
Like you tried
You
to
used to love it.
these are all
Yeah, I
shows
know.
that we can't watch.
Great show.
Hell no.
Doing them with psychedelics would be crazy.
Maybe we should do a special, like a Christmas special. I don't know.
Of LSD.
There's a YouTube
Easter
channel there.
special.
There's a YouTube channel there. 3 people get high and watch children's television.
Yeah.
That's ours.
Claim
Nobody
it,
else can
claim
take
it.
that.
Well, you can pay us if you want.
Anyway, back to elephants. Pink ones.
Yeah.
Okay, so they get westernized, which is fine. It is what it is. And they wear suits and they build buildings and start wearing clothes and stuff. But was the crown and the eyeglasses necessary and the monocle before they did
Well,
that?
they all look the same then, unfortunately.
Yeah.
He still looked like a scrotum. If you take the glasses off him, he still looked like a scrotum in elephant shape.
Yeah, but he was the only one. All the rest of them were drawn exactly the same.
Pompadour wasn't.
He looked it.
No, Monocle Boy wasn't.
Yeah, he just had a monocle. That was it. I don't care how fabulous you are, a monocle is just not going to cut it.
It's hard to carry off a monocle. You're a very particular type of person to carry off a monocle, and he wasn't one. Surprisingly, no one's ever made a video game of Babar.
No?
Surprised
Well,
you.
not
Thought
that
there was.
Not that I can find. I'm sure there is one, but I couldn't find one, and I was a little disappointed.
Yeah.
Or I had a scratch and sniff book of Babar once.
Ugh.
Smell the elephants,
Smell the westernized elephant.
not the gunpowder.
Almost inevitably, in 2010, there was a computer animated series spin-off.
Oof.
I haven't looked at it. I'm assuming it went the same way as Fireman Sam and Postman Pat and Bob the Builder, where they all become blank-eyed vessels of Satan.
I think I've seen an advert for it in America.
Probably.
Hmm.
It was titled Babar and the Adventures of Badu, and it was launched on Disney Junior. It took place several years after the original and focused on new characters, including Badu, who was Babar's grandson and Pom's son. So there you go. It didn't last very long, as far as I can tell. Although I didn't realise that the show had lasted as long as it did. I mean, 78 episodes. I thought this wound up in the early 90s, not 2002. But I suppose if you were old enough to watch it, then yeah.
I don't know. I think it probably got praised for being as edgy as it was, but as safe as it was.
It is very safe.
Yeah, it's safe up until the point they get shot. And it deals with they have war. It deals with grown-up issues. Well,
It does.
Still a learning.
It does.
Yeah, there's
It's-
loads of learning stuff.
Well, because a lot of the
really
conflicts,
random ones.
a lot of the conflicts with the rhinos, they talk it out. They use their words. Do you think this would have worked better or worse with a different animal? Kangaroos.
Elephants are safe. Kangaroos.
Kangaroos.
I don't think you get
Donkeys.
kangaroos in Africa.
Well, obviously, it would be an Australian version. Bunch of angry ass. Oi, Bruce, do you want to be king? No, I'm going to be king. Thump.
It would be kangaroos and dingoes.
It's a dingo ate your baby.
I think.
Now we all know it didn't.
I think elephants are they're so, I don't know, unique. Yeah, they're so specific as an
Yeah.
animal, and they're
And
very
also-
easy for kids to recognize. And
Also, because their herds are very family-like, and you
But-
also
no blokes in a elephant family.
old
Just-
blokes, no
Nah,
young blokes.
No blokes, not a bloke. They're not allowed in it.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
they're all female, and they have one bull that runs up every 6 months. and gets more pregnant.
All right, ladies.
That was something that I
Like cat.
did that did irk me slightly. Is
Mm.
that
It was
elephants in the wild are
they're a
a
matriarchal society. Yeah,
matriarchal,
I
and
wrote that.
that's not.
Yeah.
That is a patriarchal you
Mm.
know.
I am offended that you are casting aspersions on our transgender king.
You're saying Babar was born
He was born
a female.
and was a transgender male lesbian or something. I don't know.
But
You can't
yes,
make these jokes, Henry. You know where I am.
yeah.
But yeah, you're
So
right.
if
I
you're
did
didn't
write.
know that.
I did write,
yeah,
but dude, like female elephants don't live in a patriarchal society.
no,
Now lions do. So that if they wanted to do that, that would have made way more sense. Being them
but
being
that's
kings
That
of the
would have been
jungle and stuff.
more infanticide and
Yeah.
yeah, that's what we need. We need a kids cartoon show where the animals they can be anthropomorphized, that's fine, but they behave as if they were wild animals. So if it's about lions, he's going to come in, take over the pride, kill the kids, have sex with the
Jesus.
females.
Yeah.
How many
The
cunts
old
can
man.
you count? None.
The old man just dies alone, getting eaten by hyenas.
Who are fun, you know.
They're what?
You
They're
know,
guys in their 30s
but they're-
who
they're-
show rock up at the pub.
they're fun. They're fun characters who just happen to eat the the last king. We're obviously talking bollocks, people. There's not really. I mean, I'm offended to say it, but there's not really a great deal to say about Babar. I know it is a
Really?
beloved franchise, and it was very nice. It was. I can see how. I actually appreciate the deaths. I appreciate the reality of it. Babar's obviously grieving. I would have no problem with a young child of any age watching that because they might be a bit, oh, he's died. And you go, well, yeah.
circle of life.
Circle of Ice. The hunter is he's a hunter. That's what hunters do. It's an opportunity to explain things. Oh, did you check out the sweet Fu Manchu mustache on the hunter?
Yeah.
That was nice. Would you recommend Babar? After everything I've just said, where I just said I would you guys recommend Babar to young parents, young children,
Yeah.
mid-20s friends? This isn't not really one you could sit down and watch with a beer, even though
Not really.
ironically.
But I feel like if I showed someone a picture of Babar, they'd understand what it is. But I've spoken to people like said we were going to do this episode, and nobody knows who Babar is.
What? I don't
Like
believe that.
they don't know the name Babar. I think they.
I
would
see what you
know...
mean. If you showed them a picture, they'd go, "Oh, Babar." Why didn't
Yeah.
you say?
Well, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, I know that."
Oh.
Yeah, Babar.
There is a little part of me that so if I'm and this is well, no, actually, it's not the fault of this show, but because I was thinking it, but there is the part of me though that if they are
Elephants.
it's not so much people, not as such people of color, but I would be hard pressed to show this to maybe like Native Americans and then not explain it.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Or
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? Or like
It does glorify that sort of heavily industrialized like Western society, like showing it to someone to like from China, you know, or like saying like that would be very different, you know, when they create a different style or something. I don't know. It's why can't they just be happy in their tribal state? But like, why do they have to be?
But it is elephants, so they're not. I don't get the feeling that they have actually oppressed anybody else in order to get there.
No,
Apart
they were
from-
just dragged up by Europeans.
Well,
Like half of those.
there we go. See, look, we're heading back into the colonialism.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, had with the fact with the old white woman,
Mm-hmm.
the British white woman, or I think she's
Scary.
She is British,
That
yes.
woman.
I'm sure she was
Yeah.
originally French, but
British. They've been civilized.
Yeah, they were
Finally.
savages before.
put
They
some
were
trousers on.
Yeah.
I just
But
thought
then-
like
Yeah.
Babar just comes back to his herd, and there's just a complete massacre, just like elephant's head on pikes and blood everywhere, and he just that's why he's the last one.
Well, but he is when he does come back and he meets up with the herd again. They unanimously vote because he's been out amongst the humans and he is now more civilized and he has some wonderful civilizing ideas, and so they voluntarily place himself under him as king.
Mhm.
Again, knocking onto the colonialism again. Like, oh, look, you're so wonderful. You should come and rule us. It's darker than I expected. Oh, Babar.
Yeah,
there's a lot more going on here than I expected. Anyway,
I think I prefer Paddington.
I-
This is Paddington does a better version of this sort of style thing than Babar has. I think.
but you
It
mean
flows better.
Paddington the Home Invader?
Yeah. Not the modern stuff though, like
That's-
you know, like the fact that he was a little bear and he came from the
Peru.
jungle, yeah, the Peru, and he was already like he liked Marmite. They made Marmite,
Paddington the
Marmalade.
marmalade. Sorry, not Marmite.
Paddington the con artist. You mean?
He's not.
Uh-huh.
Although saying that, watching the old we got to do that at some point though.
I think
watching the
it's
old
on the list.
Paddingtons.
They're on the list, just like every other hundreds and hundreds of bloody children's shows. We're never
Paddington's
going to
good.
finish. Just wait till we get to Rupert the Bear.
Oh.
I remember Rupert the Bear. I couldn't stand him.
No, I didn't do that.
No.
So, Jennifer, I'm going to start with you.
Mm-hmm.
Give Baba a rating.
4.
4.
4? I thought you liked
Yeah.
Barber.
I did, but the more I've talked about it,
This is weird.
the more I'm
You beginning to be convinced by their philosophy.
not entirely 100%.
Well, I gave it in a bizarre twist of events. I've actually given it more than Jennifer. I gave it a 4.5 because it is, on the surface at least. Until now we've discussed it, I'm not entirely sure, but on the surface, it's good kid fodder. It's happy.
It's good kid funny. I mean, you could read into any kid story. You could read
God,
anything into anything. So yeah, I still give it 4 because it is a really good kids TV show.
Yeah. So 4.4 from Jennifer, 4.5 from me. Jeremy?
10, because imperialism.
So it's 10 from Jeremy. No.
5.
5?
I don't think they made this show with even knowing about those
No.
views of the original books. And like we discussed, I believe that's probably the most likely outcome. But that the author wrote it because it was the times and because they were living in France. You know, like you're living in one of the two most powerful imperial countries in the world. Of course, your creative writings are going to be influenced somewhat about, especially because of Africa. You know, Africa, the way Africa was viewed back then. It just was.
Well,
And
you write
at
what you know.
At least
So
they weren't
that's what-
promoting
yeah.
active racism. You know, they
Yeah.
weren't being like, "Oh, let's kill all the elephants because they're savages," or enslave them.
Well, that gives Baba a, surprisingly, at least to me, a rating of 4.5. That scored a lot higher than I was anticipating.
Mm.
And I thought I was going to give it the highest rating of 4.5. Thank you for disabusing that notion of me, Jeremy.
You're welcome.
If you
I
haven't
wouldn't
seen
like
it,
to let you down.
if you're one of the few people left on the planet who haven't seen Babar, go and watch it. If you've got young kids, it's recommended by serial viewing. Yay! It's got the serial viewing stamp of approval.
We always cover these safe episodes, and they always end up being really our shortest episodes. The bite-sized ones.
Yeah.
There's not a huge amount to talk about though, is
Maybe we
there?
should
isn't
start
really.
consolidating them, like talking about one or two of the safer episodes in one.
In one show.
Yeah.
Well, we'll test that
Contrasting
theory
ones.
because our next episode we'll be watching the British classic, The Clangers.
Yeah. Oh, I wanted to watch the Clangers for so long.
The soup dragon.
So hang on. So remind me, Clangers is
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
right. Brilliant. We might have to watch a couple of episodes because if I remember correctly, they're not very
So
long.
fucking
Yeah, they're very
cute.
Now, the Clangers is one that you could watch chemically altered and get a lot out of.
Oh yes, yes.
I think that's the best way to watch it, isn't it?
Oh yes.
If you've never heard of the Clangers, then check it out before we watch. We will talk about it next time. We always watch the first episode, so I'm sure it's on YouTube or somewhere similar. If you have any strong opinions on anything we've spoken about, like neo-colonialism, on a show about a baby elephant, please let us know. Instagram, Facebook, serialviewing.com. There's a couple of different ways to get in touch with us there. If you would like to support the show, we don't usually ask for this, but if you would like to support the show, you can find a link to Ko-fi on our website where you can buy us all a coffee, and we would appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Henry's bank account is crying because Podbean's mean.
This is expensive. The whole thing is
It's an expensive
expensive.
hobby.
I mean, my clothing, makeup allowance, Jeremy's alcohol rider.
Yeah, my rider. And the psychedelics I have to indulge in to watch the shows.
Yeah. We've paid for that blimp to fly over London. I mean, all this is expensive stuff. Jeremy's getting that.
Unfortunately, we could only... Huh?
Jeremy's getting the serial viewing tattoo on his arse in a couple of weeks.
Yep.
The logo, right?
Needed that.
Oh, did we decide on a brand or a tattoo?
Unfortunately, we could only hire the blimp out from 2 till 3 a.m. on a Tuesday night.
I'm okay. I'll be up there. I'll be in there on the microphone shouting.
You there? Watch serial viewing.
Oh yeah, we could channel the Blues Brothers when they're driving around shouting at people.
You
Anyway,
two girls.
It's ladies' night tonight at serial viewing
Yeah.
at the Palace Hotel and Showroom. Thank you very much for joining us. Check out Clangers, and we will see you next time. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Jennifer.
You're welcome.
Bye.
It's always a pleasure.
Such gentleness. Creepy kids laughing at the end of that music. Horrible. Bye. And we're done. You can stop your audio.
Please.
Oh, do you know what? As soon as we started talking about that, as soon as I started putting the notes together, and my notes are really short, I thought I'm going to struggle to talk about this one.
I'm glad there was that bit of neo-colonialism in it.
Oh yeah, gave you something to talk about.
Yeah.
I can't stretch dead elephants out for 45 minutes.
Oh yeah, my notes are really short as well.
We need to be funnier. YouTube, should we be funnier, or do you like us being nerds?
I think we should drink more.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I tried.
We should get shouty. We don't have strong enough
We
opinions.
should get racist.
Bloody elephants coming over here taking our jobs.
Yeah, stealing our kingdoms and our wives.
Taking our colonial possessions, bloody things. Babar. Let's do this before I forget. MP3, Bosh.
The holy elephant lands.
Yeah, so Babar is one of those shows that I completely forgot about until this, really. I mean, if you show me a picture, I'd go, oh, it's Babar. But
yeah,
nothing.
It is forgettable. That's the thing.
It's too gentle.
It's gentle, but it's so gentle that it's like it's not like overly gentle, but it's like
saying that. I'm not. If anyone ever mentions Babar, I was like, elephants die in that.
Yeah.
I was going to say
that promotes racism.
Bloody Western imperialism, as personified by anthropomorphized elephants. They die.
I'm gonna start calling you Falmazir.
Calling me what?
Falmazir? Is it Falmazir?
That's from Skyrim.
No, No. I think it's Falamazir. The name of the dragon from Spellsinger.
Oh.
Falamazir. Falamazir?
Yeah, something like that. The communist dragon.
I need to get to that point.
Oh, you've had that book for literally years.
I don't read.
Well,
I need to read.
No,
It's not been years. Hang on, it was since the Christmas.
I bought it for his
Months.
Flutterbrooken.
The book's like 4 pages long.
I've still got The Witcher as well.
I wondered what happened to that. It's good. You
Yeah.
should read it.
I'm still reading it.
I downloaded all of the audiobooks. If that would be easier for you.
Oh, cool. Yeah, well, no, I hate audiobooks.
Anyway, right, let's do this. Jeremy, rate the
I'm also
theme.
reading this.
That was hard work.
The theme. What theme? The theme of neo-colonialism and outright imperialism.
How do you put that to music?
Gets an A star. I don't know, like 14.
Yeah, that seems fair. Jennifer?
It's a harsh.
Out of 100?
Yeah.
I'll probably go for 25.
You liked it that much? You liked it a quarter?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I like the theme of the elephant family and the king, and then
The
he's
music,
telling.
not the theme of the show.
But you just said theme can mean anything.
No, I didn't say that.
No, I was making a joke.
No, the theme.
Oh,
The theme
don't
music.
confuse me. I do like the theme music, and
We've
I
only
like
been doing it for 2 series now.
I like the classical music. It reminded me of Peter and the Wolf because certain ones had certain certain twinkly
Yeah.
twinkly sounds. So I do like it. It's gentle.
Do you want to change your
It's
score?
better than. No, 25 will be fine. It's better than some of
Will
the
do.
other shit that we've listened to.
That's true.
Well, I gave it a 19
Or-
because it existed. It was adequate. It was a bit annoying, a bit plinky plunky, but yeah, it was fine. Which ironically averaged out our 3 scores, agrees with me, and we end up with 19. So I don't even need to change my notes on my piece of paper. Weirdness. So I gave it a 19 again for weirdness because they don't have thumbs. Oh, yeah, they've got a nose. They've got the prehensile trunks. That's fine.
The trunks are very, and you've
I
got to
know.
remember the little pointy bit on their trunk actually kind of works like a thumb.
I know.
It's-
I know. That's why I think. But they still wearing clothes. Cornelius had glasses. I was surprised by the deaths. Did we mention that elephants died in this? So it got another 19. It was really weird, but there were weird elements in it. Jeremy.
I mean, from the racism to the rampant colonialism to the dictatorships
Anti-human propaganda.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? They had a slave old lady.
Yeah.
They
Incest.
had incest. Yeah,
Ugh.
this is getting like an 88.
88?
Yep.
Is that your final answer? Okay, we're going for an 88.
Yep.
Okay, Jennifer.
It can have
Who's
30.
just changed her screen because she's now whited out on YouTube.
Yeah.
A 30. Defend that 30, Jennifer. Why? For everything Jeremy just said, but less extreme.
Yeah, it's. I didn't think it's that weird, but there are some weird things in it.
Which gives it a breakout weirdness rating of 46. Thank you, Jeremy. Education. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Go on then.
Where do I start? To the racism, to the colonialism, to the incest. I think it gets an 88.
Really?
Okay. Take 10 points off for the hunter being white.
So 78.
78.
What is that? How is
The hunter would be white.
Yeah, not nowadays.
Oh, see?
Yeah, it would.
No, hang on. Passive racism there. Only white people can hunt.
Exactly. See, this is what I'm on about.
Jennifer.
No,
No. I mean, it gets
Okay.
minus 10 for the fact that elephants don't live that long.
So what?
Cornelius would be dead.
We're saying 78.
And they're not in a patriarchal society.
I've told you about that. So you're going for 78 for education.
76.
But you didn't learn any of that in the show. You just pointing out
I
things
did.
that are wrong with the show.
I did. I did not know that there was neocolonialism in Babar before I watched this.
Right. I gave it a 19 because I didn't learn shit from the show. Apart from it's okay to marry your cousin if you're an elephant. Jennifer, what did you learn from the show?
So I learned that some things you need to practice and some things can't be hard. Life is hard. Life is pain.
Dealing with grief.
Yeah, dealing with grief definitely.
If you're upset about something, tear a stump out the ground.
Yeah. Destroy nature.
Life. There was
Kill a white man.
There's the environmental issues as well. So you have got like the humans like
industrialization by elephants,
destroying the elephants, shooting them.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I can't believe I didn't say this during the show, but Babar is directly responsible for his mother's death. If they'd have left, she wouldn't have died. But so's like
he
wanted to stay, so they stayed.
That's true.
So she died.
He's a child. They are all grown elephants.
No.
They are the ones that made the decision to stay.
Royalist apology. He's royalist apologist here.
Yeah.
He's not a king though.
He will be.
As a baby.
He will be.
Yeah, but as a king, he's not a baby. He's just a small child.
I mean, Littlefoot was directly responsible for his mother's death. So.
Anyway, what are you giving for education?
It can have 35.
You're all so generous.
Hey, it was up. I learned so much.
That gives it an education rating of 43 for some reason.
I actually, genuine answer, it was pretty educational. I think like the dealing with grief and like the the consequences of actions and the environmental impacts. The fact that he was dressed like a Victorian person, which indicates that they industrialized at the same time. Like their 21st century is our 21st century because it was back in Baba's generation. I think it's good. It was subtle. And colonialism.
Can you guess how much I gave it for impact?
1.
No, 19. It's been 19 across the board.
Yeah.
Mainly because I wouldn't remember it. But if you showed me a picture, I go, oh yeah, it's Babar. That's it. So it hasn't had a big impact on my life. Jennifer.
I think it should get more than that.
Well, then you are allowed to give it more.
54.
Oh my god, this is just skewed. Jeremy.
27.
Why? Go on.
Because it exists.
The number.
Yeah. There were 27 elephants that got shot in this. I don't know. It is famous. It's undeniably famous, and like you say, they have like 7,000 stores in Japan that carry, I don't know, Babar vaginas.
Only 12.
12. Babar's panties. But yeah, it's famous, and like like I said, like if you showed a picture of Babar to someone, to anybody I know, they'd probably be like, "That looks familiar." But if you said Babar, they'd be like, "What?"
I'll tell you what. I'll put it up. I'll put a poll up on Instagram. Like, be honest. Do you recognize? Do you know who this is? And I'll put a picture of Babar.
Do the Pokemon thing where it's a silhouette. Which Pokemon is this?
Who's that elephant? Okay, so that gives us a 19 for the theme music, 46 for weirdness, 43 for education, which I don't think is justified, but
I think it's fair.
Majority rule, and then a 33 for impact, which I think is fair. I think that's reasonable.
I think impact should be a little higher, but I'm okay.
Well,
with
then
this.
you should have voted higher, then, shouldn't you?
You're right. I should
your
have.
fault.
I didn't feel like it. I didn't.
I just wanted to go with 27. All right. So excited for clangers?
So excited for clangers. Since we started this series, I've been excited for clangers.
Can you remember how long is the episode of the clangers? We're probably gonna have to watch at least a couple.
Like, were 10 minutes long?
I tell you,
Yeah,
if
not very.
they're 10 minutes or
ones.
shorter, we'll watch the first two.
I'm definitely, if we watch 2, I'm definitely going to watch 1 with my housemates, and there may be substances involved.
Like pizza and
Yeah.
and Jesus.
Pizza. Sugar mice.
Mm,
Seems appropriate.
it's been ages since I had a sugar mouse. Anyway,
Are they supposed to be mice? They're supposed to be aliens, right? Clangers.
the clangers. They're
Yeah.
they're the clangers. Yeah,
Yeah.
they are.
But they
They
look
are.
like mice.
They
Little
are what they
pink
are.
mice.
No, they look
Right.
like little pink elephant.
Oh, they do have little
Really
snouts,
long.
yeah.
Do they?
Shrews,
So
maybe.
long. Star-nosed moles. No.
Yeah. Ugh.
I've got
How do you
nothing. I've
spell
got
that?
nothing more to say about Babar.
I always think the clangers are spelled with a K. Oh, they are little mice. They're the mice from Wallace and Gromit. Yeah. Oh, they're just so cute. Oh my gosh, that one.
Anyway, thank you for joining us, YouTube. We appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe, share this with your friends. Find someone who's never heard of Babar and show them this video, because that will probably put them off it for life. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you, Jennifer. Catch up with us next time. We appreciate it for the clangers. Talk to you soon.
Let us know if you cried when you watched Babar.
Yeah, I did.
Mm.
All right. Thanks, guys. Thank you very much, YouTube. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.